if you're not creating a good self-care routine for yourself, what's stopping you? So, there are things that do get in the way. One of them is change. If you aren't used to giving yourself self care, you will probably need to start with baby steps toward creating a new habit of self care. So, change can be rather difficult for some people. They get stuck in the status quo. And oftentimes, there's this idea that if I change, there's an uncertainty of what else could change in their life. Maybe their spouse would no longer want to be with them, or maybe they wouldn't want to be with their spouse. Maybe it would cause them to think about changing their career. Anyway, you get the picture. Change is hard. And so we have to figure out what makes us feel good. And you might have to do some exploring around that topic of change. What is it that's holding you back? So, all right, the next topic is guilt. Guilt is a big issue for a lot of people when it comes to self care, especially for women. We tend to be the nurturers in the family, and we take on this role of guilt because if we're not there for our kids, our spouses, our jobs, and every other thing that we feel like we need to be responsible for, there's this level of guilt that oftentimes we will feel. I've been there. I know a lot of women who do that, and a lot of women who are working to get past that barrier of guilt. The thing is, when you take better care of yourself, you'll take better care of your family. They're going to benefit from that. And so will your career, and so will other relationships in your life. It goes a long way to get rid of guilt. So forgive yourself first and get rid of the guilt. Lack of time. That's another big one that I hear from a lot of people that I coach. And I've even said it myself. How many times have I said, wow, I just don't have the time to do that? And then I'm thinking, well, you know what? I have the same 24 hours in a day everybody else does. How am I going to organize my day? But know this, thinking of yourself is not selfish. So grab the calendar and set a date with yourself for a workout routine, to read a good book. And maybe you have to do that while the rest of your family sleeps. But if you can create a weekly routine for something that you love to do, you're going to benefit, and so will your family. One of the other things that you could do with lack of time is take your entire family out for self care. So that way you're getting family time, you're getting self care time. And what would that look like? Maybe it's going for a walk. So you're getting a nature bath. And that's a really great way to deal with a lot of stress and anxiety in life. Maybe it's you spend time at the park with the kids doing a picnic. You're eating healthy, you go for a hike, you get some bikes and you go for bike rides, but you get the picture. We all can do something about lack of time. Okay. The other thing is limited resources. Oftentimes, people are lacking the money to do things around self care, or so we think, right? And yes, money can be a factor for self care. However, we can get around that. Again, nature baths don't cost you anything. And fuel prices being what they are, if you can just get outside, even if you live in the city, there are parks in the city. Go find one, go for a walk, go enjoy the landscape of the architecture around you, whether it's buildings, trees, lakes, streams, whatever that might be. If it's taking a hot bath, lighting some candles, reading a good book, those are some places that you can start. And I want you to know that manicures, pedicures, and taking a bath, those are all great things around self care, but self care goes so much deeper than doing those types of things for ourselves. So ask yourself again, if you're not practicing self care, what can you do to practice self care? So next week, I'm going to come to you and talk about social self care. If you have any questions, you have any ideas, thoughts that you would like to offer, please feel free to DM me, send me an email. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye bye.